Alright, BC here again, back with another turn in Mortal Realms. Got a Bloodstone from Is, Voice of Absu, Cedar Wood, Wallowing Kelp. I think it was just Nature 1, but I'll take it. Blood Hunting is not yielding so much these days, so gonna end up repositioning there. Especially since I think that, yeah, we used our blood slaves right away to... Oh, my blood hunters retreated too soon, and so the blood slaves got left to die. That's awkward. Recaptured this place. Abyssia tried to recapture from these knights and got wrecked. Tis tried to break out with one of their marsh masters. So let's see what they sent out this time. Just one death. He's casting Spirit Curse, which I'm not sure what Spirit Curse does, to be honest. But yeah, she's just gonna go ahead and burn everybody. Oh yeah, I've got two of them. That's right. I forgot that I had two of them. But there was a white mage. There was a white... I'm more confused now. Where did the white mage come from? So here we've got some long dead. Spirit Curse. Voiceborn. That means you reborn as a white mage during combat? Is that how this works? So now he's a white mage, but he's already dead. Okay. Interesting. Cleared this out. Lost this battle here, which was annoying. So, test your metal is going in, and there's some random lancers, which can't hurt him. He flies to the back, starts causing trouble. These guys are all burning, but he routes. Why does he route? Just a bad roll, basically. Like 17 morale, and he hasn't lost that many HP, all things considered. But he decided to leave. He did survive the retreat. Pangea, clearing out this stuff. They lost a bunch of Maenads, which are all free spawn anyways. Ashdod sent in this lumber construct thug. Maybe I should try lumber construct sometime. They don't make as much sense for Nabah, where I have easily recruited thugs, but for other nations perhaps. Looks like he put a total of 13 gems into this, plus the cost for the construct itself. It's inanimate. It's got Nature 1, which doesn't really matter, and then some other stuff. It's going to go ahead and Barkskin itself, which counteracts the fire resistance from the Burning Pearl. It's set up as a repel thug, although attack 14 is not actually very reliable for repelling. That said, it's only going against like almost 6 PD, so it's not going to be a problem here. But the nice thing that the lumber construct has is it's mindless, has 0 encumbrance, and it has a big old sack of HP. On the flip side, it can't regenerate because it's... I'm pretty sure it can't regenerate from being inanimate / never heals. And its skills are like... Its base skill is 8, so that's not great at all. It's working for Ashdod. Took out some Bone Tribe, which are normally amongst the tougher of defenders. Beat up this Foul Beast. Ashdod moving in here. So now they have their siege on the Juniper Wood. Conquered this place. I chose to let Sytis break out over here, which is... well, we can see what they chose to break out with. It's certainly good information regardless. Here's the Foul Beast with their armor-piercing attacks, which are probably actually the most effective thing the Sytis has to bear versus us. I mean, they're good, don't get me wrong. Horde of Skeletons, Marshmaster, this guy's blind. This guy's Twiceborn, so he'll come back as a white mage. And then this Shaman presumably would cast Swarm if I still had my dudes in place. One nice thing about the fact that Sytis is no longer besieging is that I can have Colleen here go and assassinate. And just start working down these Sytis Marshmasters. Was there. Ashdod attacked Nawala. This is a bit interesting because they're actually pretty low in Anakites at this point. They only have 20. They have more sages than Anakites. They've got a ton of archers, but archers aren't like the big things that they want. Where was that? Here. So they've got their Anakites are all here, all 80 of them. But this stack is at present very vulnerable to someone attacking in the magic phase and kind of wiping it out. Yeah, they've got an Adon there, which we can look to see if that Adon is geared out as a super combatant. Got the name Mechrite, so that's pretty cool. I mean, heavy thug. I wouldn't go so far as to call this guy a super combatant, but he's good. He doesn't give a fuck about reinvigoration, it seems, because he's got Boots of Quickness and Encumbrance 4. But where is that Adon? Phoenix Power, Body Flames. Sure, makes sense. Vanderlog pushing back versus Iram. Iran clearing out some of these guys. Urk clearing out some of these guys. Over here, Iram's army taking out this Tianchi fort. I mean, they just get obliterated by the Children of the Sphinx. Children of the Sphinx are quite good. I really like Iram's build. There's definitely limitations to it, but it's really cool. And then Nazca. So Machaca is storming the fort once again. They've got some of their hoplites in the front. There's this Inca with some random kind of mediocre gear. Prophet. Priest. And that's what's left of Nazca. Flaming arrows start coming down from the pygmies. And the hoplites pretty much take care of business. The pygmies kind of helped a little bit. They're actually causing more friendly fire by shooting their hoplites, which the hoplites have 20 protection. So they're tough enough to withstand this, but shotgun hoplites are okay. So you have 20 protection, 20, 19, 21. You've got okay. So 20 protection because of Legions of Steel. That makes sense. But still, Chaka hoplites are not actually bad at all. I know people like to shit on Machaka, but they're troop-wise, they're not bad, which is what's mattered for this battle. I was looking to see if there are any Spider Knights. The big place where Machaka fails is with their mages. Like, Black Sorcerers are fine, but they're so weak. Look at that. Old age, 9 HP. Yeah. Keep them away from any stiff breezes or earthquakes. So anyway, Machaka has conquered Nazca, who is now out of the game. Which obviously is really good news for Machaka. In practice, this means that this whole continent over here is theirs, minus whatever like Miklin and Antupka have over here. I did get graphs from Torsion, the fellow who has Eyes of God up, so I can look at that in more detail and see exactly how the rest of this is split out. But props to Machaka for finally taking care of that. Given that Machaka got Nawala to kind of help carve up Nazca, I'm guessing that Machaka, like, just from a personal point of view, doesn't really want to attack Nawala. That said, Nawala is in a bad way. Nawala kind of came begging me to turn on Ashdod instead, which I'm not going to do because, like, I have a long-term pact with Ashdod, and I have no real interest in fighting Ashdod. We already talked about how they're going to go north, I'm going to go south, and we'll just roll. But, do I have someone watching this? Yeah, I definitely have someone watching this. Let's go ahead and just keep moving my scouts west. Nawala has 80 Anakites on this fort that are just going to kind of walk through their land until they can come up with an answer to them. And adding trouble to their situation, they also have Urmor coming in from the north, which, I mean, that'll be an Ashdod problem. And Ashdod shouldn't have a problem with Urmor because the Adon Body of Flames super combatant will just chew through infinite skeletons. Like, that's basically the same thing that I'm doing to Satis here, but Urmor has less magic to back it up. So this shouldn't be a concern to Ashdod, but we will definitely see exactly how that situation susses itself out. Certainly, as the border between me and Ashdod gets larger, our peaceful arrangement gets stronger, I would say, because big, long, drawn-out border wars are a pain in the ass for everyone involved, and I have flight and stealth, which means that I can, like, if we had a big border war, I could raid the fuck out of them much more easily than they could counter-raid and attack me. I mean, naturally, like, how they choose to act is up to them, but I think that we should be able to kind of keep our peaceful situation here. Abyssia is having a underwater adventure down here versus Agartha, which is fine. It's fun. They can have a good time there. That has us leaving each other alone. And so then the big question will be what happens here with India. Right now, Bandar Log is serving as kind of a bulwark versus Iram. And Iram wins every fight that they fight, except for the one we saw out here in Tenchi. But they've got a lot of enemies. Uh, so um, if I'm like in terms of realpolitik, I don't want Banderlog to get big and threatening, and if Banderlog starts losing, I want to vulture their west coast. But I would ideally prefer that Banderlog be locked into a forever war with Iram while I keep pushing west. Because I think that just there's a lot of weak nations for me to go to the west. I don't fear Miquelin at all. Antupka is really good when piloted it well, but I looked at the graphs and it didn't look like they were running away with anything. So basically, like if I can just keep kind of pushing and conquering, then that will be good for me. And specifically to the west. I don't need to go into Abyssia and fight up against a bunch of assassins. Uruk is on the table. Uruk is a really strong nation, piloted by a solid player. So if I was gonna fight Uruk, I probably should have done it by now. Um, might still happen, but it's not my top choice. So that covers it for political situation. Oh, I guess events. All of us are getting attacked by thrones, so that's cool. um, oh, right. I still need to patrol out this place. It's annoying. Um, let's at least go ahead and make Ring of Warning. And probably just have some of these guys go and patrol through here. Why am I moving you here? Oh, I don't know. I sometimes definitely forget like what on earth I had planned. Alright, well, in any case, that should do it, so see you around.